Helokawans, it's me, Little Cat, and you're watching Immortal Part 2, a high-level D&D campaign with a lot of stuff in it. In session 33, the gang met with Van and Biro's Granny Fane, a strange old woman who lives in a house in a glen. No further clarifications. She was delighted to have some company after so long and made sure everyone was well taken care of, except for the bit where there was a lot of screaming. We don't talk about that. It's the morning after. Everyone is well fed and rested. May I ask who ate the snacks yesterday? The one that she was like, oh, have a cookie.
I had a cookie.
Okay, so
Okay.
boss.
Ghost would have one. Sorry, Speaker would have one too.
Okay, who did not have a cookie?
Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck. Okay, so everybody who
Cat?
did
I would
did
I would say Mume would have one at near the end before
okay,
going to bed. So yes.
okay, valid. So everybody except for Gunlog, you all basically wake up the morning after feeling well rested. You are also your hit point maximum increased by 13 and you gain that many hit points as well. You are immune to poison and being frightened, and you make all wisdom saving throws with advantage.
Wow.
Ooh.
A 13?
And yes, 13. A whole 13.
Okay. This is a
Um
temporary
Is
thing.
it
yeah.
I don't
This
know.
is your
okay
hit point maximum for today.
Okay.
today? Okay.
Yeah, so it goes away when you take your next long rest.
Okay.
So functionally
Fine.
24
Pretty
hours.
juicy.
And everybody
Oh
who
no. Something bad gonna happen
ev-
today.
no,
Yeah.
no. What are you talking about? No, I
You
don't
would
think so.
never.
I would never. It's just, like Granny Fane giving you cookies and stuff. She doesn't know either. She's just like, have some cookies.
She doesn't
Um,
know
Uh-huh.
they're magic.
exactly. So everybody who took the cookies don't have to make the bad day roll. So good luck. You have to
Yay!
make the bad day roll.
All right. 14.
14,
Good luck has
easy.
absorbed all the bad days, so she's fine. She's chilling.
You
Yeah,
with
I've had all of them already. Don't worry.
yes. Now my question for you is, you know that doll that you managed to get as mother, which nobody else
Yes.
knows that it's mother unless you told them. They just saw you make a face. Um, what did you do with it? Did you leave it? Did you put it back?
She takes it with her.
Uh-huh.
She's not sure what to make of it or really do with it, and she's a little bit apprehensive about fucking around with it just yet. Like she wants to be in a place where she feels more safe before she starts fucking with it.
Okay. Did you put it in a bag of holding or portable hole or in your backpack?
Probably in her backpack.
Okay. So just it's like a Buzz and Woody arm just hanging out. Like, you've got a friend in me. Is
Yeah.
it? And finally, Zekin, you mentioned that you wanted to talk to Granny about something.
Granny thing. Yes. Early in the morning, I would see if she's around awake or if she ever sleeps at all.
You don't know. You went to sleep, but when you woke up, you see her on at the stove, and there's eggs being made.
Hmm.
It's like nice eggs bennies. You don't know
Hmm.
where the streaky bacon came from, but it's there.
Okay. I'll go up to her and ask her. Um. Excuse me, Granny thing.
Hmm. She turns around, cigarette in her mouth. Like, it doesn't drop. Like, it's like magically just hanging on for dear life.
Oh, those type of. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. I'm wondering. I want to ask you something. Probably is too much, and I'm not sure if I have anything to give since you are more powerful and older than any of us. More powerful and older than any of us. Not sure if anything I. Not sure if anything. I want to ask if I can borrow. anything that could help in our journey.
She puts down her spatula after removing an egg onto a piece of toast and beef bacon, or bacon of your choice, on a plate. And then she takes a drag of her cigarette and then looks at you and she's like, What kind of, what kind of thing?
Well, you see, the groups, I don't want to like say they are any bad, but look at them. I am the most unequipped amongst them, so I wonder if there is anything. I didn't ask for any specific because I'm not sure what I could ask. Just
She,
any
she looks at you
anything.
as you say that and
Mhm.
she goes, Asking for nothing seems kind of, reaching. And then she scrutinizes you. You seem to have some kind of sword and a crossbow. What is it that you're missing? And she looks at you as she moves to sit down on the chair. You stop hearing the sizzling of food.
Mm. Uh, Previously, I'm missing the ability to hit or to, yeah, hit is actually the word, creatures with magical properties or whatnot, and they recently have helped me gain that. But I still feel like I still can't get a foothold into the thick of it when I am needed to confront in battle.
I don't see any.
I'm very weak and
Are you sure? You don't look very weak. To me at least. She takes another puff of a cigarette. She keeps that cigarette in her mouth as it continues to sort of ember, and then she takes a coffee pot and she pours it into a glass and then she pushes it to you. You're still standing, I'm assuming.
I'm still standing. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
okay. She's
doing
like,
like
Come, sit. I can't expect my guests to be standing around asking me questions. I'm assuming you like coffee?
tea.
Tea, I have that too. And then she gets up and she starts rifling through drawers, and you see her pull out like you know those clampy metal things that you put tea leaves inside. And then she
Mhm.
goes and cleans it. She takes a cup, she puts some tea leaves, and she starts preparing it. I don't know if you like this one, but it smells nice.
You know what they say, choosers can't be beggars.
She looks at you.
The
She
other way
nods.
around.
She
Yeah,
nods. She
the code
nods.
is wrong. That's why. Yeah, the
She
code
nods.
is
She
actually
agrees.
wrong.
She agrees.
Yeah.
She's like, yes. Choosers can't be beggars because if you can choose, that means you're rich. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Still works, yeah.
The
Still
code is
works.
actually wrong. He said it not knowingly.
10 out of 10. I don't think, and then she takes another drag, that your equipment is the problem.
That's what she said.
I the problem.
Phrasing.
No.
You're
Phrasing.
feeling
Phrasing.
inadequate. Phrasing.
Quote unquote yes and no. Uh, uh I
I'm
think
very unsure
so.
That's
what you
exciting.
expect me to do with this information because honestly,
No,
hashtag skill issue.
yeah. No, I don't expect. No, I don't know what. I've been confused ever since I met them. Like mostly unsure of myself, what I'm good at. Suddenly, I'm not even sure if that is what I'm good at.
She this time you see her soften a bit, seeing you finally ask the important questions that you actually wanted to ask instead of asking for stuff. And nobody's here to judge you. And the rest, frankly, are probably not awake yet. So now's a good time as any.
Right. Usually, I'm pretty straightforward. I don't beat around the bushes to ask things like this. Uh, there was a time that I was asked to attempt to eliminate those three. There was a time that I would do it without ask any questions. But because of those things, I have doubts after I learned. I'm not sure what I'm doing most of the time. I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing. I know what's the main goal I'm going to, like what's the main goal I need to achieve, but I don't know. I feel like I'm backpedaling. Sometimes I'm unsure if those are the right choices.
She hears you, and then she takes a piece of toast. She starts buttering it. She takes a chunk out of that. Her cigarette is now on the on like an ashtray at the side of the table. The smoke doesn't go anywhere near you. It seems to be going straight into the chimney like yesterday. And she goes, "Who exactly are you fighting for? We know what everybody is fighting against, but do you know why?"
That's that's the thing. I thought I was. No, I still think I am fighting for freedom,
What is
fighting
freedom?
to. Oh, my very, I will call it straightforward thought is not this, not this cage that we are living, not this tyranny, just not this.
That's a start. Not this is definitely a good start. I look at you and there's a lot that you seem to be grappling with. More like you're trying to find a place in the world that you think you might not have. She's sort of looking at you like, am I wrong? That kind of face, like squinty.
Mm. You, you, you are not wrong. As in, like when you say I feel like I'm inadequate. I'm like trying to make something of myself. Yes, I feel like I am, but even though I know it, I can't stop not doing it. Like, I'm not sure. I still feel not right.
Not right.
Like the same thing. Recently, found out that my I looking at my savior with like r- tinted, beautiful colored lens, but it was just him trying to use me as uh, a getaway. But yet, I still, I don't know. I still think like I value that. Do I?
What you value has no. Actually, she stops. It doesn't matter what you value because it doesn't matter what other people think you need to value. To be honest, she takes another drag of the cigarette. As long as you feel happy about it and content and you know your way forward. Who is this mentor that you speak of? It sounds as if he does not still live.
Mm, Dead, but he lives in a different way. I
Interesting.
I don't think I told a lot of people about what I can do, but I trust you. I take out the 5 pieces of stone that usually Robert used to like form himself when he comes around. For the 2 times he have did that, this is what remains of him, what he turned into.
She points to each and every one of the stones. There's 5 of them. She goes, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Feels cold. Did he leave?
He has exhausted his. I'm not sure how to say it, but energy is probably the right word.
Hmm.
So he's
Should be.
now slumbering. Yes, slumber. Yes, he's now in a slumber.
It seems that whatever this is, it seems to be powered by you. So you're keeping him here, and he remains here by his own volition. Is what I feel. I may be completely wrong.
Yes. I also have tried to save a couple of souls throughout my ventures. Didn't have a good time to set them free yet. I believe this is a good time as ever to set them free, actually. Hmm.
Would you like to do a funeral? Maybe read a eulogy? That usually
Yeah.
helps make people feel better, from what I've learned.
I don't. I'm not that type of guy, so funeral really does nothing to me. I've seen too many deaths,
She nods.
but I do want to set them free. I didn't want to see their soul being rendered asunder when those powers were around. And since your current house is near the fallen one, I believe I can at least send one away and see what they want to do with their life.
If you look at the map, you are
Hmm.
no longer near there.
Wait, did we? Oh shit! It is actually further than I expected. Can I sense the pool? Actually, I don't.
You cannot sense the pull, but you're smart enough to understand that if you release them here,
Yeah.
uh, they're gonna be reassigned.
Yes. 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 Actually, you know what? Shouldn't. I shouldn't do anything with that yet. We are too close to Paulson. Too
She
close.
nods. I was just about to say, I did have a conversation with Gunlog last night regarding this interesting mechanism. Again, I'm not clever enough to understand how any of this works. I'm but an old lady, here for some company. And then she gets up again and starts continuing cooking. Previously, you heard the sizzling stop, and then as soon as she got back up, you hear the sizzling again.
Mm. I put the 5 stone back into my trinket pocket.
You still didn't say, and she has her back against you right now, just
Mhm.
flipping eggs.
Mhm.
You didn't actually say what you wanted. You've made allusions to what you perhaps may need. I am not a mind reader. I cannot give you the idea.
I guess. I guess what I need right now is not be able to struck down that easily. The last big fight, I went down really quickly and very easily.
At this
Maybe that's
point,
what I maybe that's what I want.
she giggles at herself for a while. She puts down the spatula to crack another egg open. She goes, "If you didn't continue that sentence with, went down in a fight, I would have thought that you were trying to maybe date one of your friends, because that's what it sounded like,
What? No. No,
and that's why I laughed."
I just knew
You
them
got
like
nanny ogged.
Nanny
a
ogged.
couple of
Over
okay.
easy, poached, sunny side up,
Um Sunny side
scrambled,
up.
sunny side up. Cracks an egg. And then she passes you an existing sunny side up that she sort of had made mindlessly, and it's got condiments that you can choose to put on top. But yeah, it's very basic. It's just toast, bacon, and egg, the salt and pepper on the table. You have tea.
You make a sandwich out of it. Like all the
Respectable.
breakfast ingredient, yeah, all the breakfast ingredient, and then put two bread in either side of it. Sandwich.
I can't help you not die. Nobody can do that.
No, no one can do that.
Perhaps you should think strategies with your teammates.
I think that could work.
Speaking of teammates, I hear them coming.
The rest of us, yay.
Who walks through the door first? And actually, do you guys sort of meet up in the hallway somewhere and everybody's just got bedhead, or is everybody just fresh and ready to go?
This white mound will just tumble out and start shuffling out.
Is this the first
The
time you
white mound is
see
shuffling out. I'm assuming Gunlag is following really close behind.
how long has speaker been sleeping on a bed? Or did he not sleep on a bed today as well?
He's not used to beds.
Yee.
Bosk is likely to oversleep by like an hour or so.
Gunlag's bed is a big fur mound.
Nice. You have your
Can
choice of where to sleep, so
no.
Can you?
Can I, now that I have my resources back for the day, can I cast Detect Magic around this hut?
Okay, you definitely can.
The whole hut is magic.
How quick do you want to go back to bed?
Okay, here,
Get
what?
headache from all the magic.
More like it hurts your eyes.
Yeah.
I want to make you do
Find it,
a
find it,
roll. Okay,
find
okay. Make me a dexterity saving throw to see if you can close your eyes fast enough before it's like, ah!
Well, let me just check what my pluses are to my saving throw. Give
Do
me a
you
quick
need me to screenshot?
No, I got my thing here. I just need to like pull it up.
Okay.
So saving throws for Dex is +2, so let me do a little roll. 8.
8. Okay, this is not combat. It's like getting a flashbang on yourself.
Ow.
And it's bright. It takes you a while to adjust, and after a while you can open your eyes a little bit. It stings like you've just dipped your face in salt
Sweet.
water.
Yeah.
And then you hear Granny. You hear her before you see her. Because everything is just white. With a little bit of pearlescence every so often, but it's just bright. And she goes, "Oh dear.
Jeez.
I don't think I can help you with that. You might want to close your eyes."
Good
Rock, what did you do?
I was just gonna see if how much magic there was around. Fucking hell.
You know
Everything.
the answer.
She snorts.
Ew. Fucking stupid. Yeah, I know. How is this place? The
How?
fuck?
Well, I
Nom
can't.
nom nom.
This is the first time everybody else can see that Granny is mildly perplexed. Gunlog, you can't really make out her face at the moment, but
Yeah.
somebody assists
hearing
you
her
in finding a
voice.
chair. She's silent.
This Gunlock, this is someone who knew Cassia as a kid. How powerful do you think she is?
No, I get that. I'm just like, I know that your grandkids said that you just kind of show up wherever you need to be, and I thought
Mhm.
maybe if I looked, I could see how. I guess how is because I can now not open my freaking eyes.
Out of character, detect magic, no. Yeah, detect magic is concentration?
It is.
Yes,
Okay.
1 or 10 minutes.
She looks at you and she's like, "I can let you know which one is magic if that's what you want, but I suggest you let the feeling go to be able to see and maybe eat."
Yeah. I just wanted to see if you had any cool stuff and like what you do and things. I'll drop it.
She's you can see her face. It comes in after like a blurry bit. And then you blink and she has like the most amused face. She has a
Intended to be
kiss the
rude. I
cook.
just, we're staying here. I figured it would be cool to know.
Understandable. I believe you have seen that it's mostly all magic, including myself.
It was a bit hard to make out what was what, not gonna lie.
Well, this apron is not. She points to the kiss the cook apron.
Do you want a kiss?
Well, I
Actually,
haven't
if
had
I
one
can
in many years. And then she looks at Ven and Biro and she's like,
Actually, if I can say something, I think most of the world is magic.
"That is actually a beautiful sentiment. Hang on." And then she snaps her hand, and from one of the boxes comes out a crochet hook with like a very nice multicolored yarn and a frame. And then you see like a pencil sketch come up. "Everything in the world is magic." She's like, "That'd be nice. and then you
Lighting
watch
up
it.
like this whenever I look at it.
You, it goes into a corner and starts stitching itself.
I mean, what Cassia did, what the Ages did, and what everyone in power has ever done wouldn't be possible if the world didn't let it flow.
She nods.
Yeah, the world can blame itself for all this nastiness.
That I do believe that is actually the skill of living creatures, the need to continuously be alive and propagate as a species, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. I do admit I don't remember a lot of it, but the ones that I do, infinite fun. Anyway, come sit. I've got eggs. I haven't made the rest yet, but you can feel free to use the kitchen. And then she sits down and she starts drinking her coffee.
Can I look and see if she has enough ingredients to make waffles?
She has anything that you might need.
I'll make waffles.
There's a... She points to a door at the side of the kitchen. The kitchen is sort of like a U-shaped kitchen. At the side on the left is a door that goes into like a dry pantry. You see onions and garlic hanging from the ceiling. You see dried rosemary, dried thyme. You see a bucket of salt, like a whole drum of sugar. You also see drums of flour, or flour for some people.
I'll go grab what I need and start throwing something together. I'll kind of share with Granny because I told her the recipe the night before, so I'll show her how I make it.
You see from the description that you give of the waffle iron, you see one standing, leaning against the wall near the stove. Beautiful
Shit, I
cast
thought I was just
iron,
gonna have to, like pancake it.
ornate.
cool.
You were telling such a good story about it. I couldn't just let it go. I must have one.
Do you have some jam?
What kind?
Is this like you just got everything? Because how about some wild strawberries and raspberries?
Well, she goes to a chest that is under one of the cupboards. And then she opens up that chest and you see like very cute small hotel jam jars. You know the little ones?
Hey.
And they're all like different names. And then you see different names of countries at the side as well. And in one of those you find wild jam from some tropical place in the tropics, like between 18 and 28 degrees.
Let's grab that.
It's not much, but there's a lot where this came from. A lot of other flavors anyway.
I'm sure they'll be great.
Anyway, you all have a place to be. I can't keep you here forever, even though I would like to. Let me know when you want
to find
leave.
you again, Granny. How?
I
Is
have
there
a
a way
few
we
more
could?
questions.
You have a few more questions. How do you find me? I would usually find you. If anybody could find me, I'd be in a big, big trouble.
Fair.
And then she sort of looks in the direction of Van, and Van hides behind her brother like, no! More cigarettes, Granny.
Okay.
Okay. So, first question is there a limit to Cassia's magic as she currently wields?
There's a big shrug. I haven't seen her since she was a child. Nor have I been privy to the world outside aside from news that you've just warned me, actually. She was a gifted child.
Was she differently gifted from the others around her?
No, just quick. She was able to grasp the minutiae of magic really quickly and often bend it to her will. The other children were not particularly interested in learning, per se, more running around and hitting things with hammers.
Did you teach her?
Me? No, I saw her from afar.
Okay.
Know her family?
She shakes her head. Reclusive? It was just by chance that I had seen her during one of her school excursions or classes, whatever it is that she takes. I heard that her family was very stuffy.
Well, she's pretty fucking stuffy too, so it makes sense.
From what I've heard.
Where did you encounter her?
It was years ago. In the woods north of here. Do you know where you would take the boat to go to Eflon Minor? I think that's what it was called back then. What is it called now, Eflon Minor? And she looks at Ven and Biro and they shrug. What do you mean Eflon Minor? You know, the island off the coast.
There's an island off the coast.
With the sea monsters. The sea monsters. Yeah, nobody's actually been across the island in a while, Granny.
There's an island off the coast.
Yes, there is. There was.
There's a lot
Is
of
it-
confusion.
Is it part of inside the dome? Do we know it still exists?
It's not in the real world anymore. I checked with Toby.
So the island is also not part of.
It's probably here with us.
Okay, so
Oh my god, I bet there's a motherfucking tower there, isn't it?
so you're telling me that we have to sail across
One
sea
thing at a
monster.
time. One thing at a time.
Mhm.
Second thing is,
Maybe
Granny Fane, did you ever know anyone called Immortal?
She shakes her head. I'm a deal. I've known many people with that name. Anyone specific?
Many
Did they have
people
anything in
that
common?
name.
Do they have anything in common? Well, there was one
Other than the
Immortal.
name, obviously.
No, one was a human man. One was a child. A very long time ago
What
that
race?
was frolicking. I don't think anybody who is dwarven has that name. Immortal seems like a very elvish name. Or gnomish.
She sounded a bit like this, and speaker will try to imitate her taunting voice, like when she did all the telepathic
Oh, sending.
bullshit in Brawl.
No, I don't think I've actually been in contact with anyone like that. Actually, aside from Mr. Second here, I haven't seen a lot of tabaxis.
Tabaxi?
Yeah, there is actually quite a population of tabaxi in Folsom, actually.
Mhm. I haven't
But
been
I
inside
was-
Folsom in a while.
You have been into Folsom?
I have not
Oh,
been
okay.
inside.
Because I'm not sure how freely you can move because it is quite strict to go in there.
Wait, are
And
you
I
the tabaxi?
no, she's just asking.
Wait, yes, you would know this.
Remember what race? I think so.
She was a cat lady with a white bit at the end of the
Yeah.
tail. You saw
Right,
her
right, right. Yes.
at the horse
but-
place.
No, but here's the thing. I don't know if we ever drew a connection to her being Immortal, because we knew her as a cat
Yeah.
lady.
Yes, we did.
She did. She
Yeah, we did.
How? Because like she didn't sound like she did when she taunted, did she? Or is it the same?
I think she may have shown herself to you because the first time you saw
Yeah.
her as the horse place, the cat horse person, and
Yeah.
then you saw her pretending to be the annoying rich girl,
Mhm. Yes.
and then she
We
pretended
found
to
out
be
some way, I believe.
Yeah,
I can't remember
yeah.
the details.
yeah. Because the last time you saw her was as Etienne.
Oh, then no, because that one speaker would not have seen her as Etienne.
Correct. Yep.
Gunlaug has also, if I remember correctly, seen her in a fake memory.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Probably.
Question: how long do tabaxi normally live?
Not
No,
250 years.
Human
normal,
age.
yeah, normal lifespan.
And then there was no imagery of a tabaxi in any of the videos.
No. There was no Immortal, no tabaxis that with that spotted tail that you recall from the recordings and the paperwork.
Okay, I will just have to accept that for now.
Tell me more about this Immortal. You seem very pressured by her. Was she horrible? More horrible than the matriarch?
I don't believe anyone could be more horrible than the matriarch, not by choice anyway. But she was probably one of those gifted students that studied under the matriarch and was handpicked in the college. I think there was a
She
picture
studied
of it
with,
somewhere.
Yeah,
yeah,
you
I
did.
believe
You
she also
did see.
studied with the child of the matriarch, Moira. I believe they studied together.
You also saw, I think, in one of the news clippings, she was holding some kind of award, and the matriarch is like
Yes,
standing
I
next to
remember
her.
that.
Hmm. The matriarch does like to take in gifted students. The matriarch, Kensia. Calling her the matriarch is so hilarious. Although, that's what everybody else calls her, so maybe it's warranted. She's now sort of started prattling on about how silly people calling her matriarch seems to sound, and then she comes back to the conversation.
Actually, tell us a bit more about what you remember of Cassia.
Again, very strong-willed child. I didn't interact with her directly except to give her flowers. Actually, her class, they frolicked in my glade. Or they didn't know it was my glade. It was just north of here. Seamlessly put into the place. Very unlike what you came into yesterday. I do apologize. It's very hard to sort of merge cold ice with green grass without it looking very out of place. Yes, they were just frolicking in the glade, and I had to usher them out to make sure nobody got lost. And she was adamant, standing her ground. Very strong will. Not entirely unlikable. I could see the kind of person that she would become. Unfortunately, that expectation was not tempered. Not that we can do anything about it now.
hill. So back then, that place was green grass as well.
She nods.
Did she say anything memorable to you?
Aside from being very rude and demanding, not much. But it's not something I cannot withstand. I have unlimited patience.
Did you say anything to in turn to her that was memorable?
She thinks about it. She takes a sip of her coffee. I don't think so. I don't interact with children as much. Who knows how my personhood can affect them in the long run?
Look at our true companions for grandchildren.
And to be fair, I owe their grandfather a great deal of gratitude. Sorry, their father.
Will look to Ven and Biro.
They're just munching. They're eating.
What did he do?
Well, Papa didn't really tell us what he did, but I could have inferred from the packages that he got that he might have allegedly helped the resistance with potions and moving packages around. And then you see nods from Bureau. That's what we're trying to find out as well. And then you see Granny. She's smiling. She's like, if he had not told you, I don't think it's my place to share. Maybe it's your voyage that you have to go through. And then she looks at you after saying this. And given the situation, until he deems it safe and appropriate to share with you, I'm afraid my hands are tied.
Is he safe?
Oh, very, very safe.
Good to hear at least. He looks to Ven and Biro. Is there anyone else that you're looking for or looking out for?
Van and Bera shake their head. Van looks at the rest of you. Our goal was to find you three. We found you three. Now we're sort of going through the motions to take down the matriarch. And hopefully it's something that Papa will see as useful and share with us whatever he knows.
Hold on a moment. You're doing this for Papa?
No, we're doing this for ourselves. But also, I personally want to know what Papa wants to know. He thinks us all children, which understandably so, but we're grown. We were making decisions.
For approval, then.
How old
You
are
don't.
they?
Petition.
I think we've asked about that before.
Bureau is about like 17, 18 human years. Van is half dwarven, so she's a few hundred, but functionally in human years, she is about 20.
Okay.
But you can see that from the both of them, they're very sheltered. Even though she's been around for 100 so years, she's not really been out.
I mean, like they're like Gunlaug age,
Kind of, yeah.
but they're not the same
No,
type of people at all.
no.
Obviously.
They're very naive. Kind of like Gunlag was back in the day, thinking she could, raise raise the slums into something good.
And
But
Oh.
good
still,
luck is
but still high wisdom. They're more like good intelligence, maybe not so much with the wisdom. They need to make some mistakes.
Checks
Yeah,
out.
bad vibe reading.
Yeah,
bad
it's
vibe
like, so what's
reading.
the plan? We walk in.
We walk
That's
in
it.
with
That's
What
the
happens?
whole plan.
walk in, arms open, and take everything.
That's the whole plan. And then
No,
everybody's
that's
like,
a better
so
plan.
that's so fucking stupid. What if you die? Eh.
Die, I die.
They know they have plot armor because we're taking all the damage.
Uh,
If anything, I will die first.
Look, they could have died.
Um,
They could have died.
Speaking of Venom Bureau and our whole kind of
Mhm.
adventure from here on out and our goals, I will ask Granny if she might have. I have some magic that can be used to restore life should the worst come to happen, but I don't actually have the resources needed to actually apply that magic. Would she be able to, or does she even have
Diamond.
anything
Now
we would be
that
willing to part with?
is a good ask. And then she looks at Zekin.
Mhm.
Direct, to the point. What do you need? I have
Diamonds.
hundreds of years of collecting random trinkets. And then she buggers off somewhere, and then she comes back with like a very it's a small music box sort of thing. And then she puts it on the table, and then she opens it, and a ballerina pops up and starts dancing. And it's a really nice music box song, non-copyright, non-copyright music box song.
Mm.
And then you see in there, you see various small but really high quality, high carat diamonds, rubies. You see pearl necklaces. You see a lot of gold chains, some silver as well. You assume it's silver because it looks silver. And
Oh.
then she points to that. She's like, I have no use for this, honestly. People come bearing gifts often.
Huh. I will look through my spell components for on my whole spell list and see what might be useful. So things like scry and stuff might be really good.
Yes. I can't say she has an unlimited amount of everything, so I'm gonna need you to make
Fair
like
enough.
a
I'll make a list and a little ask list.
yes.
Mm.
But she has tangible non-magical objects on hand,
Perfect.
except for weapons. Like, you have not seen weapons.
Nice, nice, nice.
Mm.
She wouldn't need weapons.
Unless you want to throw cookies at people.
Is there a bladed cookie?
Well,
Very,
there
very sharp
is
cookie.
there is a
Throwing
cookie
star
that's
cookie.
circular. Yeah, it's a star. It looks like a shuriken, but you're not sure if it has the material strength to actually pierce people. You can
Or my battle
try.
bread.
Battle bread, let's go.
Battle bread, +1.
Battle snacks.
You have like croissants you can use as boomerangs.
Oh my god. Can somebody come up with a character that's like just a battle chef? What are you doing? I'm making my croissant
I'm-
meringue.
I believe that is possible.
It's just a monk.
Happily.
Okay.
Okay.
In that case, do you think we should also see if there is possible potions so that we don't die and require good luck to heal? Or Valerius, usually he's not around.
I mean, if you're dead, you can't drink a potion.
I mean, like in
Yeah,
case of
like the amount of
emergency, it's
health
not.
potions give you is
Yeah.
rather negligible at this stage.
Mm.
How about other potions like speed potions or things like that for our rogues?
Yes,
I
haste
can't
potion is
I can't
lovely.
give you
Monks, rogues.
a potion per se, but I do have this trinket. Um, she goes back to the area where the dry pantry is. Next to the dry pantry door is a tall shelf, and she opens that shelf, and you see the cutest lunchbox. It's not marked with any cartoons or anything. It's like a bright yellow lunchbox. And then she takes it out and she's like, "Guard this with care. This was a special gift from one of the people who are no longer alive." And then she goes, "Once a day you can pull out 10 good berries."
Oh, that is good for
Mighty.
survival. Yes.
It's very handy.
Don't lose it. If people find out this exists, they'll want to take it from you.
Mm,
Very, how you say, limited edition.
I
Fair.
I nod and do a non how do I say that, nondescript religious like prayer, and then say thank you.
Bismillah, I mean, okay. Okay, so that's on the table for you. You can get any non-magical components if you need. What else y'all need before you set off? Have a shower, set off.
Non-magical components, is holy water considered magical component?
Yes.
Okay.
You can
Uh,
wait.
we can
People can
also
make
ask Granny Fane, what other old places does she remember? Like similar to the place of the Dryad, because like there were many places back then that may have existed, but us being mortals, we didn't notice them. So it's like, so
I'm
Speaker is
gonna make a
asking her.
roll.
Hmm.
Hmm. She's silent for a while as you see her try to think of significant places. Well, you spoke about Lakthes, but nobody can actually. Well, I can't get there. Falston never used to be like that. It's also been a while since I went in. And this place you call Eflon Minor, I don't go that often very much now.
Can she get there?
Um,
Eventually, Bosk will wake up and then and think back to the conversations she had with Granny the night before and whether there's anything to follow up on.
okay.
What
She shakes her
about
head.
the ruins of Emir?
Oh, do you want to go there?
What is it?
Yeah,
Um,
I've been hearing uh stories about that as well.
when I heard about Emir, it wasn't ruins. It was a very prosperous little kingship. They had a lot of agriculture and a big castle with a giant basement. Whatever happened to it? Ruins. I wonder if she's
Yeah.
still alive.
Who?
Oh, they had this princess. I can't remember her name. What's her name? And you can see her struggling real hard to remember who it was.
Uh, can I, because right now I have the history as proficient because of my ability to borrow knowledge from the
Okay, let me
departed,
just
which
ask a
is
quick
the ghost.
DM quick question first. Well, 250 years ago, was it already a ruin, or do we know there was a castle there 250 years ago?
You did not hear of anything called
Oh
anything of
shit.
Emir.
Okay, that's really old then. But you can try Mume.
Yeah.
Okay, so
This might be one of those random things that you've read about while studying under. Make me a history roll with disadvantage because you're
Uh,
also trying real hard.
okay, so I'm just rolling history. So the lowest I can roll is 17. Let's see what I got.
Oh,
With
27.
disadvantage.
22 is
Oh,
pretty good
natural
too.
20 is 27, natural 20. But I got 22.
Disadvantage. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do you know? Du- du- du-
Uh,
du- du-
the
du- du-
knowledge I'm
du.
borrowing from is from Master because I'm using his knowledge right now.
Okay. How does that work with Master not being here?
He is still channeling like his past memory, like what he knows about like the history, like what he has thought.
Uh
Because
huh.
I'm just borrowing his knowledge of what he has taught me. But
Okay.
now,
Here's what you get.
mhm,
You think really hard, and then you get snippets of memories from Master. He's not here, but you hear a
mhm,
distinct conversation between him and someone else. You also have his point of view. Like you're looking at a round wooden table. The table is kind of sticky with maybe yesterday's ale. You're holding on to a mug, and in
mm,
front of you are cards. It looks like some poker game, and somebody's talking about the ruins of Emir, how all of you should go
mhm,
on an expedition. And it's funny that this person says all of you as if Master Robert was included, and
mhm,
then turns out he was. Uh, there's a confirmation that nobody really knows anything about Emir, but there is a contact that can give you details. And then you're like, I want to skip forward. I already know where it is, but what is it? Um, this goes by really fast, like a split
mhm,
second kind of memory. And then somebody
yeah.
goes, "Oh yeah, when you go there, apparently there's this lady something, Lady Amanda, Lady Adala, and if you do whatever test she has, apparently you'll get a boon." And then you hear Robert go, that's some bullshit. Just play your cards.
Mm.
And that's all
And
you
then,
get.
okay. Uh, does um Granny Fane, does the lady's name start with a A?
No, not with an A. I really can't remember it. But lady, definitely. She was somebody of the court, maybe like a princess or something.
Mm, not sure if she's alive, but what I heard is that there are still a lot of people doesn't know about the ruins, and if we go there, they're likely to have this lady giving tasks
Oh, I
to
know.
accomplish.
I
Yes,
know what happened to the place. Last I heard, it fell because of the plague.
play
And the
like.
royal court barricaded themselves inside the walls of the castle and presumably perished. We heard no news. Um, from what I've heard from the outside, the land was ransacked and now it's gone. Hence ruins.
Hmm, Dr. Boss
Is Bosk awake?
Have
is,
enough time pass?
A significant amount of time.
yeah,
Okay, I eventually wake up.
okay. Oh, Dr. Boss, I have a question to ask you.
When do you ask me the question?
Uh,
Like when I
mm,
wake up?
yeah,
End of the
when you wake up, yeah, I want to ask you something because talk
Okay.
about the plague, right? Because he doesn't know anything about it. I don't know what the nature of plague is, but maybe disease. If oh, over 200 more than that years has passed, do plague or disease like those still exist? Do they died out? Do you know about it?
Well, if everyone's dead, chances are there shouldn't be anything carrying the disease anymore.
In general, all of you know that diseases still exist because access to magical curing things is difficult to come by, and not many people can just go up to like a cleric and be like, "Hey, I'm sick. Give me heals."
Yeah,
Pretty
no,
sure
but
we have
if
bacteria in
everyone,
our systems all the way from the prehistoric still.
but if everyone died, chances are
Oh, correct.
it's
Yeah.
safe to go back there.
In the
That
ruins itself,
that's what Mumi is asking, right?
is it?
Yes, yes.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Mumi is not.
in the ruin, like I'm more specifically asked because the ruin is fall by plague, right? I'm asking if the plague would have survived
Oh
for that
no, no, no.
long.
From your understanding of diseases, once there are no more vectors, if it is indeed the plague, then chances are the virus would not exist anymore there, unless there's
Yeah,
like rats
unless
and
there's
shit.
something persistent that's still carrying it. Do I think that undead could do this?
Um, as
Like
a
they don't die, but they
vector,
can carry the disease.
functionally, I'm gonna say no,
Okay,
because then
okay. Then
every
I
time
say
an
no.
undead bites you, there's a chance you might get tetanus or something.
This is how zombie apocalypse come to be.
Yeah, but zombie apocalypse is different. Um, like I don't want to do the math of like, oh, you get bitten, surprise, you've got rabies,
Mm.
That's like
because
Darkest Dungeon.
this particular guy was inflicted with rabies when he was alive. Poor guy.
Fighting an aboleth.
Okay. Uh, Speakers, another question for Fan. What was Ice Root before it was a college?
It was just a barren area. Nobody wanted to live there. Actually, the whole place is horrible. I was surprised to find out, and I have not been, that Ice Root became some kind of city or stronghold, and then eventually a college, a school, and now
Apparently,
a city
capital.
capital. Huh.
By her
Functionally.
standards, not by ours.
Again, not somewhere I would be invested in going.
It's interesting that it used to be a stronghold before a college.
Mm.
There's
Oh.
probably much deeper foundations.
I mean, it is on a cliffside, so very well protected on one side. What are you going to do? Scale several 100 feet and get battered by wind, hail, storms to die anyway?
I suppose. Speaker will also ask her about, and I'm trying to think back to season 1. There was that really sad mining camp place where the people were
Oh,
kept kept dependent by the soldiers.
Rock Hollow.
Yes.
I
that's the
remember that
one.
place.
Is
You
this
cured
still
somebody from a
around in this
UTI.
place?
No.
Yeah, it did.
It's been
It is from
250
season
years.
1. Yes.
If it's still around, it's buried under miles of snow.
Okay.
It was already in like the snowy place.
Yeah.
Mm. Then he'll ask about
Yeah.
the barracks areas where General Tozura had a whole a military base and everything.
I've been near the area, and let's just say I don't like it. Um, it didn't have a lot of nature.
You don't have a lot of nature, but did it have something else that made you uncomfortable, or were there
No, not
people
really.
there?
No. Where I tend to inhabit is away from people. I don't want random surprises.
Were there structures there in use?
Too far to say. I remember stories about a barracks, but I wasn't at location.
I used to be there.
I'm sure it might still be. It was made out of stone and able to withstand the area.
Hmm.
If you find out, let me know. But it is an interesting place. Since you were mentioning going to Kathir.
I'm trying to think back to season 1. Season 1, we basically were at uh, Efflon Minor, then Bror,
Yep.
then we went to Shitty Ice Wasteland, like Ice Root area.
And we kidnapped the
Barracks
general.
and back to Bror. Yeah.
Yeah. Did we ever go to any other places besides those?
Well, we traveled a bit towards the end to find that last child. The guy that Etienne was telling us about.
Where was that?
And then
Where
we
was
got
that place?
kidnapped.
I can't remember.
That was north out in the
Yeah.
cold lands again. Where
If
Bosk
you-
used to live.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Some place that I
So north would be a bit warmer than the south. The south is like cold. So think of it like Australia. The more south you go, the colder it gets.
Yeah, south of the
The-
equator.
Yeah. So it was somewhere in this region.
I have Owl Bear open. Now I'm looking at it.
Oh, okay. Efflon Major. The north.
Remember, it's where Bosk used to be.
Yeah.
Did we? I don't remember ever going to Efflon Major.
yes,
It's
I think
it's a lot of
most
stopping points.
left us by then,
Yeah.
because that was like the last thing that we did.
Yeah. There was a lot of moving.
Where's Efflon Major mapped?
It's
right next to F1 minor.
yeah.
Like
Right.
So it's the part it's the part with a lot of X's and like the big fish and the squid.
Oh, okay. So Efflon Major, Efflon Minor are on the same island.
no. Like on the
One is okay,
mainland
it's
side.
it's like Penang, it's like Butterworth and Penang
Yeah.
Island.
Oh, okay. Then we'll ask Granny Fan about Efflon Major.
It's a nice place. There's this thing. Hang on, I need to pull up the map.
Yep.
A map.
Yeah, I'm asking this stuff because if she remembers anything about the place that doesn't match what we remember or sounds like might still be there, that's actually useful to consider visiting.
True.
There's a cliffside town shape. More like they're trying to stay under the radar currently. A Tlin Maroon.
Oh,
Ah, good old plain maroon.
Plain Maroon, yes. Interesting people. Not quite as welcoming as they want to be for reasons. And you're going to have to be able to fly to get there.
Oh, we can't fly.
If you can't fly, you're going to have to climb.
You fools.
were you able to talk to them?
In a way. Not anyone important, unfortunately.
Just having other living people is important.
Yes, And for the most part, if I don't like them, they don't remember the interaction.
Do you like us?
Oh, with a cheeky smile, she goes, I'm on the
Maybe.
fence.
I bet I'll wonder where I got all these diamonds from, hey?
Let's just say a thief stole them during the night. An old lady, was unaware. I was asleep.
What do you remember Falson to be like?
A long time ago, I'm assuming, when I was
Yeah.
there, it was just a burgeoning hub, actually. People were using it to stay over because it was protected from the winds and the hail. It wasn't called Falson before, it was just a stopover.
It did not have a sun in it then?
No, which is why when somebody mentioned it had changed its name to Falson, I actually tried to find out why.
Or what was it
Falson's a
called before?
strange name. I honestly can't remember. Place names are funny that way. Did you know there's places that I have come by called Herod's Rest because a person named Herod happened to stay there and rest for a while. And another one near a river, and it was just called Bank.
Because it was near the riverbank.
She nods. Naming conventions are strange. And then there's a township called Town because it was a town before it was a town.
No, that's just
I
okay.
don't know what it is now, but Town sounds very funny.
Maybe it's town,
Not
town,
very rare.
town.
Town.
Anyone
Do you
else
know-
like this? Like anyone around that time or that old or so?
She hears the name like this, and then she goes, "You're very keen on going to like this."
No, I don't mean that. I'm looking out for if there's anyone else as ancient or history from the time you know around. Maybe they're
She
still around.
she shakes her head. When one is as long lived, we tend not to be in the company of others. I don't know why.
You get sick of each other?
I don't know. I did get sick of my sister after a while, but she was quite reclusive. Wasn't into any of the
Unlike you.
games or pranks. I am reclusive only because I can't leave the house
Right.
anymore.
Question,
And then
like this was her sister, is it?
Lactis is the place name, but you know that her non-blood sister is the dryad
Okay.
that takes care of Lactis.
Okay, just confirming that. Anyway, good luck. Feel free to ask your questions. I'm sorry I took so much time.
I didn't really have anything else to ask. I was just kind of adding to as I was thinking out loud.
You have food in front of you. She has also started eating the waffles that Gunnar made and
Yeah.
is enjoying
Do you like
it.
them?
These are really good. I haven't had fresh made waffles in a really long time. It's one of those things where it's more fun if you eat together. If I made myself waffles, the fun quotient reduces significantly.
These wild strawberries are fantastic too. Jesus.
Yes, I believe that's one of the perks of perhaps getting rid of this matriarch control of the place is being able to go to other continents. How exciting.
I should have asked this of Toby where he's staying, actually, but I didn't, so never mind.
Things might have changed on the other side as well.
Probably.
Then she looks previously she was asking Valerius a lot of questions about his weapons because he has like guns and shit, and she's like, what is a gun? What is gun?
The fork?
What are these things?
What is
What-a-doo!
what laser? Why? What is a floaty?
Points at the shoes. What are those?
And unfortunately for her, he did say, I am I'm gonna go outside, basically. Which is why he's not here right now.
Yes.
So
Keep
you
it
see
watch.
you see her just musing in general, quietly drinking her coffee, smoking another cigarette.
Does the house move by itself?
Sometimes when I will it such, it appears in various safe locations. It's one of
Does
the
it just
charms
teleport
of this
there, or do you
house.
actually have to like do the thing? I swear I've heard some stories when I was a kid about a house that like moved around on chicken legs.
Chicken legs.
Yeah.
I think I
Wouldn't
heard
it
stories
be
about that
quite
as well.
wobbly? Like if the chicken were to stand up as a house, wouldn't all the things fall off the wall? And she looks actually like confused by this. She's looking at all the
Man.
shit she has on the walls. She's like, I wouldn't like that.
Everything's already magical. Couldn't you just magic it to not fall off the walls?
That is also true. Should I have chicken legs? What is a chicken?
I mean, it would look cool. Wait.
Where the eggs come from? Who looks at the eggs?
It's suspicious.
I'm looking at
Yeah,
my,
I'm about
my
to
waffles,
look
be like, I used
like-
eggs in these.
Okay, she was just joking. She was like, hee hee hee. What are cows? Yes, that might be an aesthetic improvement or a deterrent. Chicken
I
legs are
believe-
quite
I think people would
terrifying.
think twice about approaching a house on chicken legs, that's for sure.
Oh,
I believe
I
the
wouldn't want
story-
that.
I believe the stories that we've heard about the chicken leg houses, it is to scare people from coming closer.
Perhaps a house with cat paws.
Or
Cute.
fluffy rooftops.
For
More
cat paws.
intimidating.
Also, like you'll never hear it coming. A house with a stealth check of +30.
Yeah.
Yes, but think
Look,
about it
that'd
this
be
way.
More
Toe
scary. That's
Massive toe
big toe
beans.
bean.
Mm-hmm. I think that would be delightful. Anyway, no. What the house is, it just simply exists. It stops existing in one location and exists in another. As and when
We
I so
suddenly see
will.
your house. It means that
Wait.
you're nearby.
Your house could do that. Does that mean you can bring us closer to where we want to go?
Yes.
Would you do that?
I believe so, based on what you have told me and where you want to go. It's in front of that Bloomington facility, is it not?
Nod.
Then, if I'm not mistaken, we're already here. Not exactly in front. You still have to travel quite a bit for safety reason. I can't just appear in a place and have it be okay.
Wait, so we're
When
not-
you say already here, does that mean you moved us closer, or like we were already close when we found you?
Oh, I moved us. And then she opens the door, and
I
you
look
can
out and
see
see where we are.
you are now here. Where are we? Eh,
Ooh,
zoom,
the red arrow.
zoom. You are now here. What?
What?
We did move. Oh,
Oh, that's very close.
Wait, is
A
this
day?
correct? Hang on, hang on, hang
A
on, hang on,
day?
hang on.
Yeah.
Why do I have
I,
this
I
open?
saw the arrow move.
Yeah. Wait, do you not see the arrow? Where is it?
I
I
yeah,
saw
I
the
see
arrow move.
the arrow
Yeah.
move.
Sorry, it's here.
We're in a
It's
new
here.
place now.
It's here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Will ask.
Uh,
close enough.
Where the
Pico
gang
ask
at?
oh,
Granny Fane, are there any places where you can't or don't dare go?
I think the problem is not that I cannot, it's that I have never thought about it.
Alright. So there is no place in this continent that scares you.
Fear is an emotion I have, but I don't exercise it often. I feel more a sense of distaste for a location. How do the young people like to say bad vibes?
Bad juju.
We need a list of these places.
We need a list of these
Yeah.
places. From what you can tell from the conversations, she cannot remember exact places because they have changed so much. And
Yeah.
from what
Seems
you
like
remember
a
her
bad vibe.
recalling, time to her is so fluid. 2,000 years might as well be yesterday.
yes. If a general direction would be possible, like since the continent is just now just a weird north, south, east, west, like
Okay,
hot dog.
it's a bit like Kang. It's a bit like you saying, or me asking, uh, hey, tell me where the highway closest to you is. But you can only give me the highways closest to you like 20 years ago.
Hmm. Okay. All right.
The Likas highway not there yet.
Because I'm just seeing if like the general direction, like oh, it's somewhere at the north or something like that. Like
I mean, it's
if
really
they,
hard because things change so fast.
yeah.
So even if she did give you a general direction, it might be different. Like that, maybe it used to be like a grassy knoll, but now it's like a forest.
Hmm. Okay.
Or maybe there used to be a lake, but now it's flat and there's a town.
Fair.
But you know how recently you went to Githard and now it's dead?
Yeah.
It was alive a week ago. What happened?
She
It,
was like,
it was it was
no,
alive a week ago.
seriously, at this point, if you tell her Githard exists, she'll be like, what? What is that?
No.
Small
No.
settlement.
When
A,
did that
a
happen?
dead settlement.
Not anymore.
Pops up and disappears like mushrooms.
Indeed. It's like a rash.
Hmm.
Actually, Speaker asked her about like if she knows anything about living mushrooms or a colony, a sentient hive mind kind of thing.
She shakes her head. This is interesting. What do you mean?
Hmm.
Oh, we found a place. Well, I shouldn't talk about it too much, but we did come across a place where the vegetation itself retains people memories.
Huh. I don't think I can go to a place where I've not seen. That also explains why, for some places, I think I've seen them, and then I end up in a place that's similar but is different. My memory is not what it used to be. But yeah, she asks you more about Allsit. Like she asks you what the planning is like, or what do you mean mushrooms? Um, she needs all the information. This is so interesting to her.
We cannot
Hmm?
we cannot say too much, right? Because
Yeah, speaker will give like general picture terms without anything specific.
And she recognizes that you're holding information, and it's the same respect that she gives to Papa, that she doesn't press further. This is interesting, but if it's hidden, there must be a reason.
It's possibly one of the few safe havens away from Cassia.
Hmm. A safe haven, but somewhere you have to trade something to stay. And then she looks at Gunlag. Maybe an experience or two that is not really palatable for some few of you, but nonetheless, I hope to meet them one day, although I don't know how. She looks around.
On your chicken legs, obviously.
She laughs.
not my leg, not my leg.
The whole idea of chicken legs. And then you see a pencil pop out of thin air and a notebook fly out of a shelf. And then the pencil sketches like chicken legs on a very rudimentary, like a kid draws a house, a square with a triangle, and like one door and one square with a plus sign on the window,
Hmm.
and a chimney. She does that, and then she puts an arrow and it says chicken legs. I'll keep that in mind. And at this point,
Your ability to see through Ven, is it blood related?
no, not at all. Unfortunately, we're not directly related by blood. More by a promise.
Got it.
Yes. Oh my god. Y'all, that is what she draws. It's so rudimentary. That was in my head. What? Yes.
Because
She starts cleaning the table as all of you have finished eating. But you can continue.
you have helped us a lot, Granny Fen, and I'd like to offer the same in thanks.
You can give me more stories, like the one with the mushroom people sitting around all day.
I would offer you my eyes to see through.
She considers this.
Oh,
She's
shit.
quite taken aback by this. You actually see her move backwards a little bit in mild amusement.
I also was going to consider that since Van was not really interested on
The cigarettes.
the secrets, I
Chickens like
wouldn't.
I can smoke cigarettes.
I have been around people who smokes and drinks, and I have been tolerating for that long. It's no matter to me.
You At first she was amused by this, and then her face becomes quite severe. You understand what you're offering.
Because it's a long road ahead. I think I'm going to live for a very, very long time as well. And I'd like to help you help us.
That is very honorable. The same pen that drew the chicken leg house comes back to her. And appears in front of you is a contract.
Oh shit.
It's very neat. It's quite a bit, but there's one important part that you see. She does let you read it.
Okay. What
I
does
need
it say?
you to understand that you're allowing me the use of your functional body. That during that period you may see all, hear all, smell all, but there's nothing you can do. For that period, the body is mine. The exchange is I'm not a horrible person. So please write things that you would rather not be done. And then you hear from the background, Van goes, "No cigarettes!" And she goes, The agreement was between your father and myself.
Speaker?
Wow, she got sold by her dad.
Lamau.
And it's only a cigarette. You're not going to die immediately.
We'll look carefully at this, and I'll let the others go first as he's ruminating.
I think you should do this.
I'm just looking outside the house and see like, you only have a day travel. That's
Kind
it.
of, yeah. Like, you literally have a day's travel to what you assume to be Bloomington, and also, like, a bit to go into Falson, if you felt like it.
Yeah. So okay, I'll let since speaker is taking his time to look at the
Document.
contract. Yeah. So I'll let the group know. So guys, the medical facility will be a day's travel in that direction. I'll just point towards because I see the mountain, so I know which area it is. And then for if for whatever reason you guys want to go to Falson, which I do not encourage because you guys might be known and seen. Most
Oh,
people would know who you are. It's
yes.
that way.
Would you need any disguises?
I would like we all would need disguises if we need to go that direction,
Do you
including
have
me.
any?
No,
I
I oh
do,
oh
actually. But these are on loan, and you have a limited time use. They will return to me in about a week. And she goes to the front door where there is a clothes rack, where pretty much like a hat rack, and it's got a few cloaks, a few hats, one jacket. Seemingly enough for everyone. There's also shoes, like house slippers and a glove. And she goes, "You may change how you look once a day while you're wearing this. But remember, this is on loan, so it comes back to me in 7 days."
don't think we'll be staying for that long. I look at the group if they are thinking of staying that long or not at that location.
And you should be hidden from view for about 8 hours.
Oh,
Fair.
what do you
So
mean?
it's like a mechanically it's a super limited time use helm of disguise. So you have 8 hours at will. once a day.
Oh.
And then the item teleports back to Granny after 7 days.
Okay. So it only the disguise lasts for 8 hours.
Yes.
Which is still
Okay.
quite a bit for. Yeah, it will be quite a while.
Yeah, it's a bit like once you trigger it, it will run for 8 hours. It's not like you turn it off and turn it on and it lasts for 8 hours.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay.
It's not like the floating
The
boots
winged
or
boots.
something. Yeah, no, it's not
Yeah.
like that.
So if if what I understand, you guys would like to go to the medical facility now, and then if you want to detour to Folsom, that will be another 2 to 3 days of travel, which makes it like we only have 4 days to use the disguise that Granny has borrowed us.
Hey, if it's
It,
helpful, it's helpful. If not, oh well.
Do you have anything more mundane?
Yes. Wait, when you say
That
mundane,
might
what do you mean? Like
suffice.
makeup? I don't really want to give you my makeup considering it's very, very old and it might be moldy and you might get a rash.
Not, not, not. I meant more like just clothes.
Oh, tons. If you go back to the rooms that you inhabited for last night, you should find a perfectly comfortable wardrobe.
Alright, we should probably pick something out for at least Gunlog and Valerius.
Yeah.
Um,
And myself, actually. Looks down at the
second,
little
you
stuff
know
we've been
that
wearing.
it's
Like,
it's
listen.
quite warm in Fulton. Like once
no,
you cross the
uh,
threshold at the gate, you
mhm.
don't need winter clothes anymore.
Please do not uh, wear heavy clothing or winter clothes because if you want to go to Folsom, after we reach the gate beyond that, it will be warm.
You
The
I thought we were
sun.
going to the medical facility and
No,
not
no,
Felsen.
yeah, no. I mean, if they want to go there because
Okay.
they were interested in that. They were asking about it.
Hmm.
Like after.
Yeah, after. So if
Yeah, we need to
you,
prepare because we may not be coming to find
yeah. So
them
whatever you pack,
taken again.
do not pack for disguise something that is heavily clothed or like winter clothing because the I want to call it sun, but it's not actually a sun, but the sun in there is actually quite warm.
Okay. Alright, so we all get our alternate outfits.
Zekin also knows that if you go in and continue to wear cold weather outfit inside after a certain point, people will know that you're a tourist. Immediately you're an outsider.
Yes. So just remember that do
Well, it
pack
makes sense. Like it's like you're
warm clothes.
wearing the cold stuff. You go into a warm house, you take off the coat, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some
Like we're
people,
not we're not gonna stupidly like continue wearing our coats like, oh, sure is warm in here.
Mm.
it's a bit like somebody coming from Malaysia to like a cold country place and then just conveniently going, yeah, I'll just step out of the plane. It's not going to be that cold. And then hit with like minus 20
The warm
degrees.
hit like the
Or you
warm
know,
wind.
if you come from Norway and is winter and it's cold, so you have like warm clothes with you when you start traveling, and then you walk out in Australia and it's 40 degrees.
Yeah.
And you're like
And
carrying your heavy jackets and stuff, but you're like, obviously you come from somewhere cold because you're carrying, not wearing, but you're carrying all this bullshit.
you're not just carrying all that bullshit, you're also wearing like underclothes that are warm.
Mm-hmm. And sweating.
You're not wearing one clothes, you're wearing three.
It's like, is this person okay? Like, yo, it's warm. Do you need to change clothes? We have an op shop at the corner. You can buy like secondhand stuff.
So yeah, I'll let the group know it's like the just a very what I call basic knowledge of like don't do that or people will like prey on you knowing that you're a terrorist or whatnot.
Okay, okay. We have this knowledge now.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else?
Um,
Was-
Also, I think you already know this, but boss, your mask is a selling point.
Yes, of course. She
Yeah,
says while not wearing the mask.
mhm, yeah.
Speaker will ask Mume if there are any bugbears in Felsen, and if so, what do they wear?
Were they bugbears in Falson?
Yes.
Do they just wear the normal clothing
The
and not?
the thing about bugbears in Folsom is they have turned into farming as a lifestyle.
Oh,
Like
so farmers.
they're less the mercantile people, and they've sort of like, oh, I like farming here now.
So do they dress poor or they just dress like?
They dress like people. There's no real dressing poor.
Oh, okay.
There's just dressing comfortably with
So
what you can have. Like certain cloth is easy to come by. Cotton's not so much. So like wool. Once upon a time, Githard used to supply wool, but Githard is no more.
no more guitar, yes. But they still probably still have wool
Yeah, so
for a
there's
while.
leathers as well. There's a lot of hunters coming in with like leathers.
Yeah, okay. So I'll let speaker know it's like, well, they are farmers, most of them. But they don't dress poorly like if farmer are supposed to be like low paying jobs, but they dress comfortably, like any normal citizens would.
Farmers. What a thought. Hmm.
Any other question for Paulson? If we are going that way.
Do you have any friends there?
Uh, Friends, eh? I
I mean,
know.
you do
Well,
remember a policeman who gave you some
yeah, I do
files,
remember. Yeah, I do
but
remember that.
you're
I'm
not
not sure
sure if
if he is. Yeah.
yeah, if they're not hostile anymore because, they did send out an APB
Mm,
on your face.
yeah. Like I know people, but again, I am being exiled, so I'm not sure if those people would
Okay,
be
if you
still.
wanted to,
Yeah.
if you wanted to go in and avoid attention, which would be the first place you go to?
Oh, there is a place that I use as a hideout. It is an old place that has a old. Not sure if that granny still lives there, but yes,
You
there
hope
is an
so.
old
She
place.
was really old.
Yeah, there she was very old.
She was like cataract blind, kind of like, oh, you're so sweet.
Yeah,
I'm
and she
going to
that was
go buy some groceries now. Goodbye.
and I and if I'm not wrong, during the memory that was 20 years ago.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, so
but
I'm
she
not
was
sure if
small,
she.
so she might just be like an old gnome.
Yeah,
So she may not be
yeah,
dead.
so I tell that to speakers like
Is this a
there's a
Puss
place.
in Boots moment?
Oh no.
Please let me live in your house. You're so cute.
Uh, but yes, used to have a place that I hide in plain sight. Not sure if that old granny still's around, but if so, we probably can get some footholding.
Okay, and which would be the places to avoid?
Uh, the police, and also do not go to their castle, the strongholds. Not even sure if the matriarch people are still there or not.
You know, to avoid the city center areas, the places with a lot of merchants because they tend to speak. That's also where you see a lot of the guards and police people. Um, the farming areas tend to be quite safe in like
Mm.
the vegetable terraces.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, there's a lot of hidden nooks and crannies underground, like sequestered caverns that have become mini townships by themselves. Like this place is by all means not massive,
Mm-hmm.
but it's big enough to house close to 20,000 people.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would say also don't go towards the town center where all the merchants would buy and sell things. They tend to speak, and there's a lot of guards around that area as well.
Really noted. Okay, I'm ready. He'll turn to Granny Fan. Who says,
Are you sure about this?
That's what I want to know. It is quite an undertaking, and I'm not going to say no considering I will inevitably gain a friend.
I too would like a friend. So this is what I require. Firstly, no fire.
I am also averse to fire. I think most living creatures would
Fire
be.
indeed hot.
Fire
And
is bad. Yes.
I ask to treat the body with the same care as you would for Van.
And then you hear Van from the back, like, still smoke cigarettes.
And I would prefer if you did any smoking with myself than with her.
Duly noted.
And lastly, you have looked into my mind, and there are times when weakness might arise, when I might backslide into some of those moments of the coward that I was and still am in ways. I ask for your intervention if it gets bad.
You see her think heavily about this. I by no means have the power to sway your decisions, but I trust that you would wrestle yourself out of any poor decisions that you think may be. Because if I were to take over, with consent, the decision is no longer yours. And I do not want to take something like that away from anyone. And she's very severe about this.
Duly noted. I just. Alright. Alright. He will add the additional terms and sign the contract.
She takes the note from you and she puts it in a pocket. Like you don't know where the pocket came from, but she has a pocket. And immediately um you feel something strong come over your heart. Like not full is not the term. Covered. You feel ensconced in it's not warm, it's not cold, it just is. It's a weird feeling. And it's very different from having the people scream and yell and talk to you in your head. It's also windy.
It is.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Close the door, roommate.
So
I was
someplace
standing outside looking at the medical facility, and suddenly a gust of wind.
Yeah,
You
it'll
feel a
be
gust of
nice.
the
wind.
draft, man.
It'll be nice to have other people to talk to that aren't just me. Thank you.
You all are allowed here anytime. But I'm afraid it's time for you to leave. Have you
Mm,
taken all that you needed?
yes. Yes, I think.
We'll take his disguise and not.
Okay, out of all the things, I need to know for aesthetics reasons. What do you take? Do you take a hat? Like you have some weird. You have a pie hat. You have a fedora. You have like a farmer's hat. Like it's a
The
mix,
random character generator and see what we
pretty
get.
much. You have there's a
Is there
fez,
like a sun hat or something, like a straw
like
sun
a
hat?
big, huge, floppy one.
Fuck yeah.
Like when you walk, it flops.
I get a university hoodie.
University hoodie. It says, oh, it does say it says ice root.
That's a very poor disguise. He'll be like, wait a second. Who did you rob?
The only thing you
Just grab the
disguise,
like the university hoodie with like ice root on it.
yeah, the only thing you disguise is the fact that you're wearing pajamas, and nobody knows
Mm, mm.
with the university hoodie.
I'll just have a spare set of common clothes. It
Mm-hmm.
will be just mundane clothes and one of the borrowed quote unquote helm of disguise that Granny is
Okay, but
lending us.
which one?
The
There's a
hat
coat. There's a
there I'll
what
check
kind of hat do you pick?
it's a fedora.
A fedora. Oh, you
Of course it is.
milady. Okay,
Okay.
he does a milady. The fedora has ear slits for you to put your ears through.
Hmm.
It's as if she knew. No, it just is. And as soon as you take that, the door gently rolls open. The wind hits you in the face. She doesn't leave you empty-handed. She does give everybody like a small satchel of like fried noodles.
Oh, fried
Oh,
noodles.
rations for the
Yes.
road.
But you know this isn't gonna last. Like you need to eat it around lunch, or it's gonna go bad.
Okay, we'll eat it around lunch.
Now
There
go
is
scout
something
ahead.
that boss
Hmm?
would have asked her, but the night before when they're talking about food, and that
Okay.
is these.
These.
Thing.
Okay, we will do this
Yeah,
in
that can be
the background.
yes,
for some
background
sequence.
stuff. For now, we continue.
And then she ushers you outside. She walks with you outside. She tells everybody to have good luck.
Hmm.
And then you see the house. You wave to her. She waves to you. And then she points far away, and you turn to the direction she points. You see nothing in particular except cold wind blowing. The tundra, trees. Then you turn back and the house is gone. No
She did
more
a Batman.
green grass.
She did a Batman.
Put the hood up, put me mask on, and then we go.
And that is where we're gonna stop for today. It doesn't take long for you to get to the location. Sorry, we're not actually stopping. I need to tell you what you see.
Yes.
It's a few hours trek. You have your lunch. You trek some more. You get to quote unquote Bloomington, but the whole place seems leveled. Like you don't see a building. You just see a billboard that advertises Everglades.
Hmm.
Beyond that, stone, snow, sleet that has overcome the natural environment, you make a good assumption that whatever it is below might still be below.
Yes. We know
Mm.
how they build their labs.
Yes. You look for the entrance to the underground.
Okay, before we
Hope we're
close,
and we hope we're not opening too big a Pandora's box.
exactly. Before we close, I would like to ask each and every one of you what one thing you would like to do before.
I've got one thing.
Okay.
It is a thing that I would like to do potentially before we live in Granny's, and it's a little prank that I
Okay.
thought of during the week, and I thought it would be really, really funny.
Okay.
I was wondering if in this really, really funny house that Granny has with all the weird things, is it possible to find a kazoo?
Oh God. Make a D100. It's so weird. It's so niche. You don't need a super high number. It's just there is a threshold.
72?
70. Oh, that's plenty. I just need you to beat like a 30. Um
Oh.
There is a kazoo. It's kind of dusty though, so you're going to have to wash it.
Fine. I was wondering if while Bosk is sleeping, can I fasten it into her mask so when she
Oh
puts it on,
no.
she
Okay.
wouldn't know?
Okay. This
Because
is
I
this
just heard Ben say, "I put my mask on," and I was like, "Hmm."
okay. Okay. Okay, Ben, first of all, when you took off the mask to go into Granny's, where did you leave it?
Mm, I would have held on to it, but then like it'll be with my stuff.
Okay. Um, I'm assuming all of you trust each other, so it's easy for each of you to go
Yeah.
in and out of each other's room. So I'm not gonna say that it's difficult for Gunlag to find your stuff.
Yeah. Like she'll
Distract the
probably
waffle.
see it like next to my bed or whatever.
Yes. However, my question is, mechanically, how difficult is it to stick a kazoo where the mouthpiece is? Can
I
she just like
I
glue it
imagine
on?
it would be pretty difficult. Like, cause I would, when putting on the
Isn't
mask,
it?
I would see it, right?
It's
'Cause
Maybe
you know,
I
inside.
you
maybe I
hold
made
the
sure it was
mask
the
in
same
front of
color
you.
as if it's a black kazoo and the inside because I would put it in like the mouthpiece where because you have a plague mask, right? Where you would back in the days put like the little satchel of herbs so it wouldn't smell the sick people. So if we could go in.
No, her mask isn't like that anymore. Frost's mask
Oh,
is still kind of like that.
let's do it
Her
to Frost
mask
then.
is her mask is the scary
Oh, I
extra
forgot. The
one.
scary gas mask, yeah.
Yes, yes. Frost
I
has a
forgot.
more normal mask
I
that
want to do
she
it to Frost
we
then.
made on the way.
Okay. So, same question. Is it easy to like stick a kazoo in the beak?
Uh, yeah. Like if you don't want her to, if you don't need her to like put her lips over the the mouthpiece and like blow directly into it, if you just want to like put it there, but I don't know if it would like work, if it would make sound, unless you put it like on the outside.
Oh, so like when she starts talking, that would be that's not a bad
Okay,
idea.
okay.
Like if you
Um,
put it on the outside, then it'd be a lot easier because when you're putting on a mask, you don't like look at the face, you look at the bit that's
The inside
facing
of it.
you, Yeah.
okay, feasibly, I'm throwing this to Ben to give me a number on a D20 roll, which would be feasible for Gunlaug to have done this. But Gunlaug, don't tell us the number. Send me the number on text.
I think it's okay for her to have just succeeded.
Oh, okay.
To
Easy.
just like put it on the outside, it should be quite easy. Because they
Look,
wouldn't
I
have.
just thought it would be funny to have like the plague mask doctor just go.
Heh.
It's the same as like putting like a funny pipe sticking out of the mouth,
Yes.
and she might not know, but everyone else can see, but she cannot see because it is on the front of her face, you know.
Because to me, with how precariously it's placed. There will be a moment where she says something, but instead of words, it's just
Yes, yes.
so that'll happen
Yeah,
one
yeah,
day.
yeah. There can be like a percentage chance that whenever Frost says something with her mask on, it will instead make funny sound.
Yes. And it might be funny, it might be at the worst time. We'll see. Anybody else keen on doing anything before we end?
Not really. I just want to scout the area.
Okay, we
Yeah,
can
I
do that
guess
next
we'll
week.
all scout the area when we have next session.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for playing, guys. We will see all of us next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.